reaction to the story that the Magic has been talking to you about and being concerned, maybe even critical about the team's start?
I have not read the article. Obviously, I've heard about it. I will tell you this, that Magic, myself, Rob, Jeannie, we are in constant communication, so this is no new, like all of a sudden there's an emergency meeting. This is something we do all the time. What we discuss in our meetings is between us, but we are, we've been saying since the beginning, we're going to be patient. We know where we're going, we know how to get there, and it takes time, and it takes hard work. And right now our guys work extremely hard. We've had a couple setbacks with some suspensions, but we've played some good teams, and we've had a chance to win a lot of those games. And unfortunately, we haven't, but that's the NBA. We plan on winning those in the future, and we're going to keep working and getting better, and we're going to be just fine.
Does that anger or frustrate you to hear something like that come up?
No, I got enough going on. I'm not, what my message to the players is this is what we talked about. We know this is going to happen. Every time, we go on a losing streak, there's going to be stories out there and distractions out there. It's our choice to either hang on to those, or it's our choice to stay present and focus our energy and time on what we can do to get better.
Do you feel like management is going to give you the latitude to be patient?
I feel like I have a great relationship with management, yes.
Do you feel like you have job security?
I feel like I'm coming down here to do my job and coach, and I don't feel like I'm going anywhere, no.
Do you feel like the message got through to the players that, hey, it might be a little bit of a roller coaster if we have losing streaks?
Yeah, we talked about that before the season even started. So, here's the first one, right? Now let's handle it. Let's, as a group, not give it life, and let's keep, working on what we need to work on. And I thought we came out today and had a great practice. Players were engaged, involved, talking to each other about, what needs to be done, as well as the coaches, which is the type of environment, the type of culture we want. I think we're in a good place.
It's obviously a really small sample size, but do you feel that you've found a starting lineup that you want to see for a couple weeks at least?
We like what they did last game for sure. They were really good. So they'll do it again tonight. But we're not going to commit 2 straight weeks to it. We got to, we're trying to figure things out. We got to figure groups out, and we like what that group has done, and we're going to get more of that today. That's the groups we had playing against each other in practice, and it was competitive. So, yeah, we like what they're doing.
Do you have a philosophy either way in terms of just like playing a certain lineup as much as you can during a game, as opposed to staggering?
A little bit of both. I think when you have as a coach, you always got to look at your roster and what your strengths and weaknesses are. And one of our strengths is we have Rondo and LeBron, who are 2 of the best floor generals in our game. So, even when I was starting both of them, I was working on ways to try to get one out early to get them back in, because you want one of those guys on your court. That's not always my philosophy, but with this team, yeah, I'd like to try to keep one of those guys out there as often as possible.
Are those the 2 guys that you would like to have on the court? Is there anyone else maybe that you...
Well, there's a ton of different scenarios of who we want out there together, but that was just an example of one of the things we're looking at where, my general philosophy, I wouldn't say that that's something I need to be done. But with the team we have, I like having one of them on the court.
You said both choices, especially when the depth includes guys with different playing styles.
Mm-hmm.
How much, or how difficult is it to judge the Rondo look that you guys get versus the Lonzo look, and how do you kind of parse that out moving forward?
Yeah, it's a lot of those decisions kind of come down to how the game is playing, and those are tough because you don't. As a coach, you don't ever know for certain how it's going to play out. You go with your gut, and what your gut tells you is going to give your team the best chance that night. When you have certain rosters, it's black and white. These guys are starting, these guys are finishing, and it's the other guy's job to play those minutes in between. That's not how our team is. That's not where we're at as a group. So a lot of it is feel, and that's why we talk so much about culture and having each other's backs, because everyone wants to play. But for us to be successful this year, we need everyone at different times of the season stepping up to help us win games, and we need everyone else who isn't having those opportunities that night to be supportive and cheering them on.
Has Magic given?
Beasley's supposed to be rejoining us, but he's dealing with some family stuff, so he knows that we're supporting him in whatever he needs in the amount of time. But he should be back, meeting us in Portland.
Is the plan to play a lot of different lineups all year, or is this just kind of a feeling out process as you see which ones you can kind of go with consistently?
This is we would like to get a couple lineups that are comfortable and know they're going in together, but that hasn't been our reality so far this season. So shorter training camp, less preseason games, new group of guys. We don't have that. We don't have that knowledge yet of what the groups are really doing well together and who plays well. That's all stuff that's still being figured out and getting to know our players. And then obviously the suspensions, you get foul trouble, things like that play into that. But yeah, we'll get to a point where where it's more of a solid pattern with all that.
Has Magic made specific suggestions on lineups to play or players you should play?
Magic and I talked a lot about basketball and our team and his opinions and my opinions. But again, what those conversations are, those are between me and the front office.
Those things to him, what you're doing and how you're going through this process, or is that does he understand
Yeah.
those things?
Well, no, it's I never like to. I don't like to assume that people know what I'm thinking. So if I'm talking, I'm going to explain myself, no matter what the situation is. But again, the actual things being said in those, that's private front office coach stuff. Like even if this article didn't come out, I wouldn't be telling you guys what our sessions are like and what we're talking about in there.
Luke, one of the things you said just a couple minutes ago is that you follow your gut and you want to give your team the best chance to win every night. But after Wednesday's game, you talked about having to think long term too, and sometimes those things might not be the same. How have you tried to walk that line, and is that a tough sell when it's obviously there's a demand for results?
No, it's it is thinking long term in the sense that what those guys and what our whole team went through Wednesday, like that's great learning experience for everybody. Whether you're on the court or on the bench, that's great learning experience. And one, that games are never out of hand, whether you're down or you're up. And two, get back in transition. Let's make the other teams work. So as we're gaining this experience, we still have guys out there. I thought that group was all plus 20 something that game. Like that's the group we thought that was going to give us the best chance of winning that night. And but the whole team gets to learn from that.
Do you value that? Is that experience valued more than results at this point in the season?
I don't have a chart to set up to which one's more important. It's most important right now that we're getting better. That's the priority of what we're doing. We're getting better. But as far as the ratio on, I don't know. It's winning is nice, but getting better is what we're trying to do.
You
Last
spoke a
question,
couple
please.
of weeks ago about noise and that this season players would experience more noise than ever. When you said that, were you thinking that some of that might be for yourself, or were you thinking more about the team? And
Yeah,
players?
it's going to be about me. It's going to be about players. It's going to be about front office. It's going to be about everything. It's just the way that it is. And I fully expected when I made those statements earlier that, I would be part of those scenarios throughout the season.